ladies, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and this was breaking in the Amber and Johnny Depp case last night, but I was working, so I am getting to it a little bit late. Now, what happened was Amber asked specifically about the defamation case in Virginia and Fairfax County for it to be dropped. It's not even a joke. She wanted it dropped. After everything she did, she thought it was unfair. And, she wanted the case completely thrown out. Well, it didn't happen. Oh, sweet vindication. It did not happen. And they are going further with this case. And I do have a couple quotes from their lawyers. Roberta Kaplan is representing Amber in this. And if you know anything about Roberta Kaplan, you know she is a huge driving force when it comes to the Believe Women movement. So, I don't just believe women. I'm sorry. I believe facts, logic, evidence, things like that. It is that simple. It is not hard to realize in a case like this, I'm just not going to believe Amber. I'm going to believe what's in front of me, and everything has pointed that she is a crazy, lying bitch. Anyways, let's take a look at this article. This is from Deadline. Now, Deadline, as far as I know, was the first to break this. I looked through a couple different articles to make sure, I had the most factually correct information, because I hate not having the court dockets in front of me, simply because I don't like not being able to make up my own mind on situations, but Deadline seems to be doing the best. So this one says, Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation case lives on as Amber Heard's dismissal desire is denied. There is an update because originally Johnny Depp's representative Adam Waldman, was not able to get back with them right away. They printed it. So he was able to get back with them, and we do have a statement from him. So it says, with legal action against obviously we're talking about the Sun here, it's owned by Rupert Murdoch. This has that case on lockdown, so I'm not going to say that word. Johnny Depp on Friday saw Amber Heard move to effectively steamroll the $50 million defamation suit against her hit a significant judicial roadblock. The defendant's demur, which is just like something invalid, is sustained as to the fourth statement listed above, but it is overruled as to the other three statements. So there are basically what he's saying here, and it doesn't make sense in this article. They didn't do a very good job of that. What I had to do is look at Daily Mail and a couple others. There was 4 different sentences that Johnny is specifically going for in the article that she did, the op-ed she did for the Washington Post. 3 out of 4 of them are completely okay to go through with this defamation suit. There was only one that was kind of iffy, and now you probably know, but Amber did not specifically state his name. So it was kind of like, it was obvious. It was like, you can't just say my husband in this situation and then expect us not to realize you're talking about Johnny Depp. So just because you did not state his name doesn't mean that the average person couldn't figure out exactly who you were talking about. Further, defendant's plea and bar regarding the statute of limitations is denied. That was the other thing she went for. It has been too long. There's a statute of limitations on defamations, and I want this thrown out. Sorry, Amber, denied. Counsel shall prepare an order reflecting the court's ruling and forward that order to the court for entry. It's officially gone for entry. This will be going forward on August 3rd. I don't know why she thought that she was going to be able to stop this. It's a pretty silly thing. You've been trying. You're in trouble. And yesterday in my video, when I was talking about her Instagram post, I said I think she's running scared. This is just proving how scared she is actually running. Absently still set to go to trial in the Commonwealth in August. The already litigious Depp first filed the suit just over a year ago in Virginia, which has more flexible defamation laws. Not only that, I don't know why they're going with that than California or New York. Basically, from what I was able to find out, now this is a long time ago, I did a video on the anti-SLAPP laws when it came to Virginia, New York, and California. Now, Virginia's anti-SLAPP laws are a little bit more flexible, I guess is the best way to put it. But the reason he went for Virginia was simply because Washington Post, the main office is there. So I think they're just, that's kind of a little bit of false information right there. But even so, Ms. Heard is not a victim of domestic abuse. She is a perpetrator. The complaint from the Pirates of the Caribbean star insisted in reaction to the op-ed Heard wrote about the domestic violence in the Washington Post in 2018, December 2018. This is the actual, actually what she wrote. This was her op-ed. It just says, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. Sure, Amber. Fake, vague, very lying. All of this has to change. I've gone through this so many times, but you have trivialized real domestic violence, real survivors of sexual assault. You've trivialized them all because my career, I don't understand it. So it says Team Johnny does unusually did not respond. Well, they did. It was just later in the day. So let's see actually what Roberta Kaplan said. So it says today's decision leaves it to a jury to decide the meaning of Miss Heard's op-ed and the truth of what she said. Okay, now we know where that's going to go. The problem I think they're going to have is this is going to go to jury trial, right? So when they're picking jurors, that's going to be very hard simply because most of the time they like their jurors to be kind of in the middle. They like them not to know too much about Johnny, not to know too much about Amber. And this has been huge in the media. Now, another problem is okay, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I talked about how the narrative around the Amber Heard stuff was slowly changing. It was slowly victimizing her again. It was slowly making it look like Amber was the one that was the victim. Well, now that they're going to be going forward with picking jurors, we can see why. The average person to come across these lawsuits, these headlines, and see Amber Heard is the victim, and then if they go to jury selection, they have that in their subconscious, and they can kind of decide. So there is a reason why shill media does the things they do. As we said, the court have strong mechanism in place for determining the truth. The defense attorney also said after having filed the dismissal attempt back in September, here we remain confident that Miss Heard will prevail at trial when the jury is presented with evidence on the question that the court identified, namely whether Miss Heard was abused by Mr. Depp. Now let's take a look. Now that was Roberta Kaplan. Absolute garbage lawyer. But even so, let's take a look at what Adam Waldman has said. And Adam Waldman is kind of, at least in my opinion, known to be rather savage. So he said, today's court ruling speaks for itself. Roberta Kaplan suggested that losing their own motions to dismiss was what they had planned all along. Also speaks for itself. Oh, as for Amber Heard's mythical evidence that Miss Kaplan confidently cites, we, in reality, both look forward to seeing it. I love him. He's so, he gives no fucks. Absolutely zero fucks about what he says, and I think that's fantastic. He's a really good lawyer, and I do think that this is going to move forward just the way we see it moving forward. We're going to see August 3rd come, the jurors selected. We're going to see a jury trial and the granting of Johnny Depp's case. So, I mean, that's just my prediction. I've been close to this case, so I can, but I also have my biases. So let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments below, if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm crazy. And as always, make sure you are subscribed for updates. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, and links to support the channel are in the description. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Subscribestar and Patreons. You guys literally make this channel possible. Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris C, Dave Ross, David L, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Sanjuro, Jeremy Burtz, Joe Bustify, Kato Round, Magical Exotic Diamonds, Mighty Pauls, Mike Buckner, Robert, Steve Glasker, Timothy French, Ala's Matt Films, Alexander Trapp, Way Else One, and Troy Reiser. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like on the way out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.